What's up, guys? So tonight's show is we're talking about Reiki. Is it demonic or is it not? I recently had a case that involved Reiki, so I'm gonna talk to you about that tonight. Tara's gonna be on a little late, so let's get started.
Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. We are protected against the wickedness and the snares of the devil. Saint Michael, may God rebuke him. We humbly pray, and do thou against the heavenly hosts by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who walk throughout the world seeking ruin souls, seeking ruin souls. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Defend us in battle. Defend us in battle.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Battle Tested. We are tonight talking about Reiki and the side effects and whatever happens in Reiki. I recently had a case. Unfortunately, we're not doing the case anymore because the client basically let the demon get the best of her. So, but she has a degenerative disease, and her doctor had told her to go to do a Reiki session. Well, the Reiki session didn't go so well. In fact, horribly wrong, if you ask me. Hello, Sarah. How are you? And there's a few things that are involved with this case, but for the most part, the Reiki master told her, did it over the internet, number one, which I feel is always a no-no. But she did it over the internet. And when she did it, she had excuse me, told her to turn her screen off so she couldn't see her. And from there, we think is that energies were exchanged, good for bad, and that's how the entities got in. I was in the middle of helping her when she decided that she's free and clear and the whole 9 yards. I don't know how true it is. She will not return my texts or phone calls, so I got to give up. I can't harass her about it. So the only thing I can do is pray that she comes back, and that's what I've been doing. So if anybody out there wants to pray for this client, I'm not going to tell you her name, but pray that she finds her way back to us so we can finish with her healing. So, like I said, tonight we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, the evil, blah blah blah. We got a little bit of reading to do tonight. Unfortunately, I did not have a chance to go through it all because I've just been super busy, and in fact, I have a case interview tonight at 9 o'clock. Just so everybody knows how this has been hard. So if you're willing to help us out and you've got some experience investigating, we're not, give us a shout. Go on our send us an email. Oh, sorry, I forgot that was on there. Send us an email to njgd at njdd21@gmail.com. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day. There's the email. There's the team email. There's the church email. And then the websites are on the bottom. Don't send me a message to the orderofexorcist.com. You're not gonna. It won't get through. But you'll be able to get through on the church and the team page. So anyway, let's go. Let's start out with what is Reiki. So Reiki is a Japanese form of energy healing, a type of alternative medicine. Practitioners use a technique called palm healing or hands-on healing, through which, according to practitioners, a universal energy is transferred through the palms of the practitioner to the patient to encourage emotional and physical healing. How? And if I lose friends over this, oh well, I don't. It is what it is. I have to say it because this, this is becoming an issue. So how do you do Reiki remotely or even through a computer screen? Can somebody answer that one, please? I mean, that's I don't know. I don't know. All right. So Reiki is a pseudoscience and is used as an illustrative example of pseudoscience in scholarly texts and academic journal articles. It is based on Qi, which practitioners say is a universal life force, although there is no empirical evidence that such a life force exists. I'm all for the kinds of different, whatever, beliefs and stuff. There's a focused intention, much like doing magic or prayer. Yeah, but I mean, how are you supposed to send your energy through a computer? I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. I don't know. I don't really know too much about it. Hence why I'm reading stuff here. But I do know I've had friends in the past that become Reiki masters, and I've seen the changes in them, and they were not for the good, so to speak. So in fact, I'm no longer friends with those people. There is clinical research. Clinical research does not show Reiki effective as a treatment for any medical condition, including cancer, diabetic neuropathy, anxiety, depression. Therefore, should not replace conventional medical treatment. I don't think anything should, not even exorcism, and stuff like that. But studies reporting positive effects had methodological flaws. What about tongue twister? Let me just go through this here real quick. All right. So where I come in on this is the Catholic Church concerns doing what I do. March 2009, the Committee on Doctrine of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops issued a document, Guidelines for Evaluating Reiki, which we have as an alternative therapy, in which they declared that the practice of Reiki was based on superstition, being neither truly faith healing nor science-based medicine. They stated that the Reiki was incompatible with Christian spirituality since it involved belief in human power over healing rather than a prayer to God. And that's the church's stand on it. And I understand that. I understand where they're coming from. And that, viewed as a natural means of healing, it lacks scientific credibility. The 2009 guideline concluded that since Reiki therapy is not compatible with either Christian teaching or scientific evidence, it would be inappropriate for Catholic institutions such as Catholic healthcare facilities and retreat centers or persons representing the church, such as Catholic chaplains, to promote or to provide support for Reiki therapy. Since the announcement, some Catholic lay people have continued to practice Reiki, but it has been removed from many Catholic hospitals and other institutions. In December 2014, an article from the USCB's Committee on Divine Worship on Exorcism and its use in the Church. Reiki is listed as a practice that may have negatively impacted the current state of the afflicted person. I can attest to that. I can. Really can. And I mean, I saw it firsthand. Some believe this distance makes no difference since it was energy, much like the angelic and demonic realm can be your side instantly. I mean, but that's not really energy. They come through portals. They have to have demons have to have an open door to come in. I believe it's different. Being proactive and changing fate seems to take should be reliant on God. Well, I mean that certainly is your belief, and the belief, everybody's beliefs are different, but my belief is that God has a plan for everybody. Be wearing a collar, doing what I'm doing, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I never had a thought of even being in the church. I wasn't a churchgoer, back in the day and stuff like that. In fact, I was turned off to it. But that's a whole other story. So when I did come back, this is why I came back. God called me back, and this is my calling. Fix that. All right. So that is my son in the background. There is no central authority controlling the use of the words Reiki or Reiki Master. Certificates can be purchased online for $100. It is not uncommon, of course, to offer attainment of Reiki Master in 2 weekends. There is no regulation of practitioners or Reiki Master in the United States. The Washington Post reported in 2014 that in response to a customer demand, at least 60 hospitals in the United States offered Reiki at a cost of between $40 and $300 per session. Cancer Research UK reported in 2019 that some cancer centers and hospices in the UK offer free or low-cost Reiki for people with cancer. The cost per session for treatment varies widely, but CNBC report found a practitioner charging $229 per session for a 60 to 90-minute session. So that's that. I mean, I can attest to what the Catholic bishops are saying. I saw it. I cast it out. They were a pain in the butt, and all that. So, God can and will use anyone or anything to do the will, even the demonic. He does not use the demonic. He does not use the demonic. He allows the demonic to operate in people's lives. Without good, there is no evil. Without, it's a counterbalance. But he does not purposely possess somebody. Read the book of Job. a prominent farmer. Satan tempted him. God allowed it. But Job never lost his faith and he was freed. So it has nothing to do with God using anybody. Yeah, he doesn't do that. He won't do that. So the church. So the one thing I wanted to say, going back to where is it? The training and certification. Job, yeah, Job repented, but still, it's it was God's will, or I'm sorry, Job's will. Free will is what, but God will not use demonic to get it to influence anybody. But going back to the training on this, there is no training. I mean, you can go on Udemy and get, do a course in a weekend and never have any training except for what's online. I mean, there's no hands-on training or anything like that. Which I do have a problem with. I mean, you're messing around with people's energies. That's like a chiropractor just doing an online class and I'm a chiropractor and start cracking backs and without any physical training. So this is my opinion. This is what I've seen. This is what I saw. I'm going off of everything that I saw. So even the symbols. I know each symbol has their own meaning, but even the symbols look like sigils. Okay. Sigils are, used for summoning up demons, gods, spirits. I won't go into what they all mean, but I'm just saying they all look like sigils. So, you got to be careful when you do this stuff. I know everybody has issues with what they believe, and if somebody counters them, but you know what? When you do something like this, mess with people's energy, mess with witchcraft, with whatever, you got to know the dangers of what you're dealing with and what could happen. In this case, this lady was possessed. I actually sent the evidence up the chain. I mean, literally, we walked in the first night. First night we were there, we weren't even there 5 minutes. It manifested and told me to get out. Well, told us to get out. I mean, I just figured, all right, she's messing around. No, manifested 3 other times after that. At that point, we had the camera. We didn't have the camera going when we first walked in, but we had it all there. So 2 other times, we were talking to her. It manifested. We had the whole 9 yards, religious objects, the aversion to religious objects, and the whole 9. I mean, she threw the St. Benedict's medal. I have a St. Benedict's medal about that big, and she threw it across the room. But I ended up doing a minor right on her because it wouldn't go down, and I ended up casting 1 out. Maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know. It wouldn't tell me. It said his name was Lucifer, which I'm on the fence about, but I can't do anything right now because she's not talking to me. So my discernment tells me that she's not healed, she's not free, and that there's problems. So that's that's that. So let's go into some of the spiritual dangers of Reiki. Off of a actual uh, page, stumbling saint.substack.com. So yeah. So this article says Reiki is, according to the International Center for Reiki Training, a Japanese technique for stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes healing. I don't know. I have Tara's on, so let's see what her picture pops up here. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yay! I can hear you. Uh-oh, where'd she go? Oh no! Oops, wrong one. That's the one I meant to hit. Yeah, let me test her. Oh, I think she's back.
Yeah.
Psychic of Dan's paranormal shenanigans. Okay. I like that. What is going on? There she is. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can.
Sweet.
So I was just talking about the case that we worked on. And I haven't really gotten far, just talking about the symbols and what Reiki actually is and stuff. And so I was working on the spiritual dangers of Reiki. But we go back and talk about, what we talked about, what I already talked about. But I don't know, you had a friend that you consulted about this case that we're talking about. What did she say about
She
it?
said that Reiki doesn't actually open things like that, but if somebody has energy and it messes with whatever the person already has attached to them, that it can make it become active. Also, people transfer energy from one another is not a good idea half the time, because you don't know what intentions they are putting into it. That's like prayer. You don't want your enemy praying for you, do you? Because you don't know what they'll be praying about.
Exactly.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she actually told me a little bit later on to the case. She actually told me a little bit later on into the case that she thought that her chiropractor was hired somebody to do witchcraft spells or whatever on her.
Oh,
and
wow.
It kind of works along with the Reiki. And do I believe that she got it from Reiki? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that much about Reiki to say yes or no to that. But
I don't
the
either. That's not my jam.
woman that did the yeah the woman that did it. I mean, you just look at her and she's just got that evil, the evil aura coming off of her.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
she
one.
claims she called. Yeah, and she claims she calls on God to perform the Reiki, which that's not going to happen. She's not calling on God. She's calling on the D bag downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You heard right.
Yep.
So I
You know what I
like I
thought
said,
about that?
like I said before, know what you're getting into.
Yes.
What'd you
And you
say?
don't go on, like, you need to research the people that are doing it. Like, you don't want somebody that just came out of an online Reiki school that hasn't been, like, now. Anybody can be anything nowadays. I can go be a Dalmatian tomorrow and go into
Yeah.
PetSmart and get a collar and bark. Like, you need somebody that has been through the training, like my friend has, that started at a very young
Yeah.
age.
Actually, it's funny you say that thing about Dalmatian. I was out deer hunting one day, and I was walking back, and I was talking to a couple of guys that were hunting in the same area,
Mm-hmm.
just not the same field. And they were out there. He was telling me about this buck that was walking towards him. Well, all of a sudden, the buck stood up on two legs and tried to shoot the deer that were in the field. It was actually a human being dressed as a deer.
Oh my god.
The deer, the dude almost got shot. Yeah, that's why I started laughing when you said the thing about the Dalmatian.
That's
So,
cray.
but getting back on topic, um, but yeah, know what you're doing. Know what you're doing. I mean, everything is dangerous. Paranormal
Yes.
investigating is dangerous. Doing an exorcism is dangerous. Just talking to a spirit is dangerous. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what you're talking to, unless you
No.
like can see it. You know, For me, I can't.
Even that
I
can
can't
be
see it. I
shicey.
can feel it. Yeah, a demon will show itself as a human being just to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? So, but some of the dangers here. Let's see.
I want to hear this because I didn't do a lot of research. I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, you want to what?
I said I didn't do a lot of
You
research
what?
before this.
This stupid internet. I swear to God. Yeah, you're not the only one, so don't feel bad.
Oh,
It says here Reiki is all the rage. Most massage therapists do it. Doctors even prescribe it, which is what happened with this case. In fact, my doctor's office, the doctor that I go to, the complex, there's actually a Reiki master in there now. Every time I go there, it's closed. Must be for a good reason. Um, According to the Cleveland Clinic, Reiki is safe, gentle, non-invasive form of natural hands-on energy healing that promotes relaxation, reduces stress and anxiety through gentle touch. You know what else relaxation and reduces stress and anxiety?
mm-hmm.
Going on vacation, drinking a beer. That does too.
Right? It's
Um,
amazing.
all right. So here is Father Carlos Martins. He's an exorcist in the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
He's talked about this on his podcast, The Exorcist Files. In recent episodes of the Catholic podcast, U.S. Grace Force, American Exorcist, Father Carlos Martins talked about how cases of demonic possession, obsession, and oppression have increased dramatically in recent years. One of the culprits being Reiki sessions in spas and hospitals. And it says click on the thing, but we're reading, so I can't click. Yeah. If you're interested in watching the full hour-long video, click here, which I can't click. So just if you want to watch it, look up "Spiritual Dangers of Reiki" by Shannara Johnson. All right. So I be a Reiki master now. I'm a Catholic, deeply immersed in the faith. So let me tell you some of my experiences, what I know, and what I've found out. This should be especially interesting for my priest friends who read this blog. Reiki practitioners, also called channels, you see the word Reiki training is actually kind of misleading. Yes, there is some training involved when you learn to practice Reiki. You learn how to use your hands and which of a person's chakras, energy centers, is clogged or depleted. and you learn how to tell the difference between the two. You learn the correct hand positions for treating people, sitting and laying down. Again, this is Father Carlos Martin's account of what he experienced.
Mhm.
You also learn a sort of etiquette, what to do and what not to do. Don't touch any private parts. That's kind of spoken, right? Make sure your client is comfortable. Be soothing, be gentle, be kind. Believe it or not, most Reiki practitioners are incredibly nice people who truly want to help others. And you can have
Yes.
all the good intentions in the world, but you screw something up, and you know
Daddy,
what?
I want TV. Yes.
All right, well, I'm busy right now. Go watch your tablet.
I don't have more time.
No.
In a second.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Pause the broadcast. Gotta text the wife to give the boy more time. We have his tablet.
Mama,
We have his tablet on a timer because he spends too much time on it. So,
Dad,
but
can I use that?
no, not right now. You
Why?
can play with it later. Yeah, you can play with it later. Where is it? Where was I? Okay, so although the training is an important part of Reiki class, what's absolutely essential is the attunement,
Mhm.
a sort of magical ritual where you are transformed into a permanent channel for this benevolent life force energy. No attunement, no Reiki. Period. And
That's
I
crazy.
think your friend said something about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she did. Um, so again, of course, when I was a Reiki master, we didn't call it magic or ritual. We wrapped the whole thing into the most harmless pseudoscientific Zen-like terms you can imagine, and we believed it ourselves. If you were a rookie interested in becoming a practitioner, I'd tell you something like this: just like the human body can suffer from blocked arteries, so can our energy centers and arteries get blocked. The result can be anything physical symptoms like insomnia, chronic pain, and fatigue, to spiritual malaises like depression, the inability to connect with your higher self, or to process emotional trauma. Becoming a Reiki channel means that your own chakras, energy centers, and the meridians, energy lines in your body are first cleared from all energetic debris. During the attunement, the gunk gets sucked out like a vacuum cleaner, and the palms of your hands then become portals for the universal life force. Here we
Shoo.
come in here. So
Fun.
yeah, Reiki depended on the apprenticeship model, but at the same
Yes.
time, if you want to use it for bad, for evil, that's on you. So you could have a great apprentice and still, go after somebody and do something. So, or I can't spell today. That's okay. Don't
It's
worry.
okay. Neither can we.
Don't worry. We're all having issues today. Don't worry. Um, where was I? So from that moment on, whenever you touch someone or something that lacks energy, your Reiki will automatically flow. You don't even have to think about it. There's no conscious decision or intention required to make it flow. But don't worry about it. Reiki is a divine force that can only be used for good. Even if you wanted to, you wouldn't be able to use it for something negative or evil. I kind of beg to differ, but I think anything can be used for evil or good.
Yes.
It's all about your intentions, really. Um,
I
that
wouldn't
may be
let
true
some
for
Joe
beginners
Blow.
who can't do anything. Oh yeah, no. Well,
Mm-mm.
that's like when I was an EMT. We used to have the running joke of, "Don't worry," to a patient. Don't worry. This is my first day, my first call.
Yes.
And people would just look at you like, "What?" you know.
No.
So, as a second and third level practitioner, though, it's a whole different ballgame. In the next installment, where did Reiki? Oh, that's okay. Apparently, that was the end of the interview.
Gotcha.
So there you have it from a Catholic exorcist. So I'm not going to go through the guidelines for evaluating Reiki as an alternative therapy, but you can go on the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops website. I think it's usccb.org or something like that, and read it because it's like 6 pages long, and I don't want to read that much. So I know there are masters out there that call on God to heal as the apostles did, because Jesus gave them the power to heal those like him. I don't know if I would say Reiki is like that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think if it is somebody that has been doing it for a long time and has had pure intentions of whatever, and you have people coming in with pure intentions of help, I think that's one dynamic. But there's also people out there, you got energy vampires, you got all kinds of things, succubus, all that. And yes, succubus can be humans. So it just, for me, I wouldn't have anybody do it. And it's not my jam.
Yeah, I led a ghost hunt a few years back. I was one of the group leaders, and we had this girl, this little girl. She couldn't have been more than like 10 or 11, maybe even younger than that. And she's just like, holy crap! She was just sucking everybody's energy. I mean, we didn't get nothing with her. No EVPs, as far as energy goes, just like completely dead. I mean, she was terrible. I don't know if she realized it or not, or what, but man, I eventually had to get away from her. His energy. Yeah, and it was bad.
I'm making little cats.
Yeah. Meow. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would say that. I'll read it right here. Healing by divine grace and healing by natural powers. The church recognizes two kinds of healing: healing by divine grace and healing that utilizes the powers of nature. As for the first, we can point to the ministry of Christ, who performed many physical healings, who commissioned his disciples to carry on that work. In fidelity to this commission, from the time of the apostles, the church has interceded on behalf of the sick through the invocation of the name of Lord Jesus, asking for healing through the power of the Holy Spirit, whether in the form of the sacramental laying on of hands and anointing with, or if simple prayers for healing, which often include an appeal to the saints for their aid. As for the second, the church has never considered a plea for divine healing, which comes as a gift from God, to exclude recourse to natural means of healing through the practice of medicine, alongside her sacrament of healing and various prayers for healing. The church has a long history of caring for the sick through the use of natural means. The most obvious sign of this is the great number of Catholic hospitals that are found throughout our country. You know what? I'll just keep reading. I'll just keep going. I gotta be off by 9 because I have a client interview at 9. So, the two kinds of healing are not mutually exclusive because it is possible to be healed by divine power. But it does not mean that we should not use natural means at our disposal. It is not our decision whether or not God will heal someone by supernatural means. As the Catechism of the Catholic Church points out, and I wish I would have known that because I have the Catechism, the Holy Spirit sometimes gives certain human beings a special charism of healing as to make manifest the power of grace of the risen Lord. And if I would go find the if I would have read this before, I would have found where it says that in the Catechism. But we can do that for another show.
Okay.
Somebody, your cat needs googly. Sarah says your cat needs googly eyes.
More time.
Hey, hold on. Here,
What?
you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, hang on a second.
Okay. Bye.
Sandy's at work.
Yes.
Sandy's at work right now, so I texted her. All right. Did you hear my phone ring? Was it connected?
Yeah.
No.
I got a new system here, so oh, you did hear
I
it?
made it.
Oops.
I think you should put in some things. I got a story.
I will. Uh-oh. Hey. Shh. Yeah, go do your letters in your room.
No.
Yes. I'm busy here. All right. Here's the good line. The power of healing is not at human disposal. However, for even the most intense prayers do not always obtain the healing of all illness. Edison. Recourse to natural means of healing, therefore, remains entirely appropriate, as these are at human disposal. In fact, Christian clarity demands we not neglect natural means of healing people who are ill. Reiki seems to affect people in the area of quality of life in which people want to change. Okay, I feel that, yes, but I also feel that it's also up to them to change your life, change your destiny. I mean, people have to want to be healed. Number one, you can't just go up to somebody and say, "Look, I'm a doctor, or I'm a Reiki master, or I'm an exorcist," and start doing what you do. You can't just do that. Unless you want to end up in jail and be, end up be Bubba's bitch. Yeah, do it another time. I'm busy. Go play.
No.
Please go play.
No.
He's been a pain in the butt all day today.
All day?
Apparently. My mother-in-law said he tried to take a toy from his teacher's class and got caught. It's the acceptance of influence. It is the acceptance of influence, but it is also the your choice, your free will. You can it's like good and evil. You could choose to be in the church, you could choose to be a Satanist. It's you. So but whether you choose whichever one you choose, you're responsible for that choice. So if you go out and hurt somebody or cast a spell on somebody, or for them to, let's say, get into a car crash or whatever, and you find out that happened, that's on you. Whether they know it or not, it's on your conscience. and all that. So that's where your free will comes in. And I can't tell you. Nobody can tell you what to do. But the only thing I can tell you is to
Mom, I want to watch TV.
hang on. Okay, sorry about that.
Got it?
He's been a pain in the butt all day.
No.
Get back to connect. All right. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Yeah. So this comes from the Catholic News Agency. Bishop's new guidelines condemn Reiki therapy as superstition. Which basically, I just kind of read a little bit of it. Basically says the same thing that's been said. It's there's no scientific study that it actually works. Just like there's no scientific study that anything works in the
Yeah.
normal field and whatever. But I don't know with this. I just feel I don't know.
What do you feel?
I don't know. It's my gut's telling me that it's bad. Could because of what I've seen. I've literally had friends become Reiki masters, and we're not friends anymore because of that. Because I literally saw the changes in them, and stuff. So I believe it can be used for evil, just like anything can.
Yes.
So nah. I mean, I've lost friends. I've lost friends over this. It's what is that noise in the background?
Sean's sleeping. Fell asleep.
Somebody's snoring.
Yes.
Oh my god! All right, ready?
I talked him to sleep.
I guess we're that boring, huh?
Yes. Today's is
Quite
boring.
an EVP. Some
Right?
oh man. Ugh.
Let's see what else. So yeah, energy
All right.
transfer. Yeah. Do your research
I
before
wish we could
you
have had
leave.
your friend on for this. And
Oh, I know. She's
yeah,
so busy.
definitely do your. Who isn't?
I can't
Who
tell
isn't?
you.
This case I'm interviewing at 9:00. This case I'm interviewing at 9:00 is an interesting one. I'm not gonna go into it live, but yeah, but it's I don't know. Maybe maybe we can get her on for another part 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm sure she would.
I do believe that there should be training. I do believe there should be training involved in it. You shouldn't be just a week, 2 weekends, and you're a Reiki master.
Yes, like the
online,
one that case
um,
went to. She
because you're dealing with people's energy. That's like a doctor. Okay, 2 weeks, 2 weekends. I'm a doctor. I said this before. I'm a doctor. I'm going to go perform brain surgery.
Yes.
And you've only got 2 weekends of training, which what, 4 days, 3 days maybe.
Yes.
It's I don't know. Whenever you're dealing with that kind of thing, there's gotta be some sort of training. There's got to be. So, what do you recommend for
It's
people who
crazy.
may be suggestive of Reiki? What should they do?
You say first, then I'll say.
All right, let's up here. So, so what do you recommend for people who may be suggestive to the idea of Reiki? Uh, I would say to do your homework. Um, Look up the pros, look up the cons. Read stories and make your own decision. I can't tell you what to do. I know what I would do, which is I wouldn't do it for the obvious reason. I've seen the negative effects of it, and that's enough to turn me off to that. I've seen it firsthand, and it's not like I've seen it on video or anything. I've seen it firsthand. I literally performed an exorcism on somebody that had it. I did a minor rite on somebody that had it, that had Reiki, and it tough one because I got smacked in the nuts during it. So instead of my voice sounding like this, it sounded like this. Yeah. It's Woody Woodpecker.
Oh my god. These are
Yeah. So that's
I
what
think
I would
this
recommend.
I have to,
What is your answer?
I agree that you have to do your homework and research the people and ask them questions. Where did they go? Who did they go to? Because the only Reiki center that we have that was actually brought over from where it came from is in Hawaii. So all these classes and stuff that they have online
That's where your
now.
friend is, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just do your research, do your homework. Anybody can be a Reiki master now. I could go to my metaphysical store and become a Reiki master 1 in 6 weeks. So kind of crazy.
Although that's more training. That's more training than online does.
Yeah. And then I would have to
At
go to
least
level
that's
2,
6 weeks.
level 3.
This is 2 weekends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying before that you can do Reiki Mass like 2 or 3 weekends.
Yep. Most definitely.
So it's just saying these are people who want change in life. Addressing the root of the issue seems to indicate a need for pastoral care. Yes, there is pastoral care. I mean, you can go to your church, your local Catholic church. I don't know if the other denominations do pastoral care or have a version of their own version of pastoral care, because I'm not really, involved with it as much. Churches like in the Catholic church, but you can go to your local Catholic church and say, look, I'm having a hard time, and they're going to go through confession with you. They're going to go through, they're going to talk to you and sit down and get to the root of the problem. I've done it. I do it. And if it ends up being something that you need more help with, then they'll take the next step and get that help. So there is. I get the whole life change thing, but again, it goes back to your free will. You choose to do Reiki, you choose to do pastoral care, you choose to do whatever, and you want to do the change in your life. make the changes in your life that you feel are necessary. Do your homework. You know,
Yeah.
nothing says you can't do pastoral care. Nothing says you can't do Reiki. But, look at the pros and cons. I mean, I was talking to a priest, and during pastoral care. So, but I've heard and seen people doing that. You can get possessed. I mean, you may not know it, but there might be something hiding inside you. Just waiting for that time to come out and say, "Hello, here I am. I am Lindsay Lohan." Oh wait, oh man, I should have done. Wait, hold on. I am Lindsay Lohan. Sorry, I had to do it that way. Choice is important, but people. This is gonna be fun. The more we use this. Oh. Choices. Why is this not showing? Come on, show. There we go. Choice is important, but people need to know what is available to them. Yeah, they do. Well, yeah. But again, know what you're getting into. Why is this not showing?
It's shown now.
Know what you're getting yourself into. Okay. I swear, I literally was just on the phone with Comcast before, and they were doing a survey. Oh, how good is your service? 0.
Right.
But make sure you know the pros and cons of what you are doing. That is probably the biggest thing I could say. Doesn't matter if it's Reiki, exorcism, pastoral care, witchcraft, Satanism. Make sure you know the pros and the cons. Don't be one-sided like most Satanists are. Okay? And yes, I said that. And if you're a Satanist watching, too bad. Get over yourself. So that would be. It's the truth. I was talking to our tech guy earlier, and I said we were talking about that after school Satan club crap. How they say they're not religions and blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but what is the temple? The church. What do you do at church? You worship. So we'll get into that whole other thing. I don't know, next week Thanksgiving, so I don't know if we're going to be doing anything next week. And then the week after I'm not around is my birthday weekend, and I am not doing nothing. I don't want to.
Yes.
I'm turning my phone off. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Do it.
The big 40.
Oh man.
And I feel it.
You're 1 year behind me. Oh, you too, honey. You too. Thank you for interacting with us.
Yeah, take care. Make sure you stay safe and know what you're doing. Know what you're getting yourselves into.
Yes.
On that note, it is that 30 minutes, 30 seconds to that time, 8:00, and I have a meeting at 9:00, so I don't want to go too long. I know. I know you want more, but what can I say?
Womp womp womp.
I haven't hit that one tonight, so I had to hit that one. Oh, this thing's gonna be great. Bellhop. So I don't know if we're gonna have a show next weekend. Being it's Thanksgiving, everybody might be away. Too stuffed from eating turkey. I know my pants size will probably go up again. Maybe, I don't know. I've been doing pretty good though. I lost about 40 pounds. So now none of my clothes fit. Even my collar sits down here. I gotta get it. My neck must have shrunk. Thank you. Uh, I don't know. I'll let everybody know, and if you see thing, you'll know either way. I might just
Yep,
play a rerun next week. So on that note,
next
everybody
2 weeks.
have a safe holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. If we don't see you next, well, you have 2 weeks, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and be safe and God bless. And we'll see you when we see you again live, maybe 2 weeks. Enjoy.
Enjoy.